The news at noon starts right now.
San Antonio police say speed may have played a role in a deadly crash on a West Side highway today.
A woman driving a pickup died after hitting a TransGuide sign on eastbound highway near Callahan.
Katrina Weber shows us that crash eventually shut down both sides of the roadway. And this noon, it's still not open.
What happened in the dark would remain long after daylight. San Antonio police say a woman was driving east on Highway 90 near Callahan Road when she lost control after 6 this morning. Her pickup slammed into a TransGuide sign, damaging it and destroying the front end of the truck. The 40-year-old was rushed to a hospital where she died. Morning traffic, meanwhile, stalled to a crawl as police shut down lanes on both sides of the highway and investigated. This crash scene is something that drivers couldn't help but notice, and unfortunately, one of them was the mother of the victim. She pulled over when she recognized the truck involved and got the bad news from police right here on the side of the road. Police say it looks like the woman who died had been speeding, but they're still investigating. Hours after the crash, the lane closures gave way to a shutdown of the entire highway in that area. Police were concerned the damaged highway sign might fall over, so they called in TxDOT to make repairs. Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
And Stephen Cavazos joins us now live here in the studio with an update on that sign and what's going on with removing it.
Yeah, things have not been moving pretty smoothly through this area. David, Ursula, take a look. This is a shot right now at US 90 from TransGuide at Military. You can see along the access road we do have vehicles. That looks like a river right now of traffic. That is because we do have portions of 90 right now that are blocked off due to that deadly crash. It happened hours earlier. Let's give you a few different shots here to show you what it's looking like. This is a shot from US 90 at Callahan. You can see that portion is blocked off there, but traffic is still able to exit onto the frontage road there. Let's go ahead and bring you to where the repairs are happening at this hour. This is US 90 at Leon Creek. That TransGuide sign that Katrina just mentioned is going to take at least several hours to repair. We know that it is not something that's an easy task, so make sure that you're giving yourself plenty of patience for those people that are trying to get the roads improved and make them safer for everybody out there. Let's right now take you to the map and see what things are looking like at this hour. A portion, again, still closed off US 90 due to that major crash. Right now, if you are traveling eastbound, you will take the Military exit, and if traffic is heading in the west direction, you will take Callahan Road. Right now, we are seeing a buildup there, and that's expected when we have these lane closures along the major highway like US 90. So give yourself plenty of time if you're still at home. We do have a crash off US 281 northbound, also causing some issues there. If we can take a quick look at the map, looks like the noon o'clock hour, noon PM. 12 p.m. actually. We're looking at some problems on the roadways right now. So give yourself, again, plenty of time before you get out on the roadways. If you are coming in from Castroville, we're not looking so much at a big delay right now, just 21 minutes to the downtown San Antonio area. So we will continue to watch this pretty closely, but stay with KSAT on air and online for the very latest. David, Ursula.
Thanks, Stephen. What a mess out there. We're going to head over to Kenosha, Wisconsin, where jurors are now in day 4 of deliberations in the high-stakes Kyle Rittenhouse trial. The 18-year-old facing life in prison if convicted on the most serious homicide charge he faces. He shot 3 people, killing 2 of them during protests last year. The prosecution arguing he had the intent to kill, the defense claiming Rittenhouse was simply acting in self-defense. Thursday, the jury had no questions on the law or requests for evidence. The defense has asked for a mistrial, though, twice over what they call prosecutorial misconduct. The state denies any wrongdoing, and the judge has decided not to make a decision until the jury does.
And we've got some big news for those waiting to get a booster shot. The Food and Drug Administration says all fully vaccinated adults in the U.S. can now get that 19 booster shot. Officials at the Centers for Disease Control have to take the next step, though. They have to discuss signing off on the FDA's recommendation. The FDA decided to expand the emergency use authorization after a phase 3 trial showed boosters are safe and have an efficacy of 95% against symptomatic COVID-19. Previously, only adults who were at high risk of getting the disease and those who were 65 years or older were eligible. And the CDC says especially urging seniors to get booster shots as that group is seeing more infections recently.
Although the highest risk are those people who are unvaccinated, we are seeing an increase in emergency department visits among adults age 65 and older, which are now again higher than they are for younger age groups.
The CDC panel discussing booster shots is expected to make a recommendation, but the CDC director would then give the final green light, which could mean a new wave of boosters into arms as soon as this weekend.
The San Antonio Food Bank is seeing near record requests for holiday help. The one thing they really need ahead of Thanksgiving is a turkey. The food bank says the birds and other holiday items are running short. Supply chain challenges, general inflation, and rising prices in the grocery store are adding to everybody's costs, including the food bank, as CEO and President Eric Cooper explained to us on the News at Noon yesterday. The food bank says the public can help by making non-perishable food donations at any Security Service Federal Credit Union branch in Greater San Antonio, or you can drop food in the red barrels that are located at the entrances of any H-E-B grocery store in the area. Goodwill Services, those stores are also going to have food bank donation barrels there. And of course, you can also make monetary donations.
An annual event looked a little different this year. The Turkeys for Troops giveaway didn't feature any turkeys because the sponsor of the event had trouble finding enough of the birds. So instead, Toyota of Boerne and its sponsors took all the money and donated to several people and organizations, including a $10,000 donation for Country Daily Bread, a $20,000 donation for a car to the son of the former president of Gold Star Wives, who recently lost her battle with cancer, and a big donation to the organization Wish for Our Heroes.
Yeah, so it is challenging, right? This is going to go down as the most expensive Thanksgiving meal for all families across the United States. I mean, the cost of a turkey and all of the sides, all of the shorts have put more demand on these items. And when you think about the families we serve, that just means they're going home with less in their grocery cart. And to make up those differences, they're leaning on us at the San Antonio Food Bank.
Trending warmer and more humid this weekend, but our next best chance of rain arrives closer to the Thanksgiving holiday. I'll have your forecast coming up.
And another local college football team with a lot on the line this weekend. Larry Maris with that coming up.
Tonight, the San Antonio Botanical Garden will shine bright with thousands of lights and different art installations. Coming up, a look at an incredible light display that will put you in the holiday spirit.
Immersive and artistic, just some of the words that are being used to describe a new light display at the San Antonio Botanical Garden.
The newest holiday event, Lightscape, is opening up to the public. It starts tonight. Tiffany Huertas has a look at what light displays and art installation guests will be able to enjoy.
I mean, the word magical's been used many times.
The San Antonio Botanical Garden will shine bright with thousands of lights and art installations starting tonight.
And sometimes I feel like I still have to pinch myself that it's here.
Sabina Carr, the CEO of the San Antonio Botanical Garden, took us behind the scenes of San Antonio's newest holiday event, Lightscape.
People will see over 12 illuminated, artistically driven designs. So you're literally walking through 12 different sculptures of light art.
From this towering cathedral arch tunnel that has 100,000 lights to a field of blue bonnets.
There's a white light effect that turns this into like lasers. It is so bright and it is so powerful, and then it leads you right down into fire garden.
There will also be hot chocolate, tamales, and music for guests to enjoy.
Absolutely. I think that one of the reasons, we've been planning this for 2 years. Because of COVID, we had to sit back another year, and our whole hope was to bring joy and happiness and a sense of hope to folks, and I think that now is the time to do it. It's perfect timing.
Tiffany Huertas, KSAT 12 News.
500 National Guard members to help police just in case of possible protests following the verdict. Once again, you're looking at live pictures right now. There is Kyle Rittenhouse in the dark suit, the maroon shirt. The judge has called people back into the courtroom, and we are expecting a verdict to be read at any moment. While we wait, though, let's bring in our Dan Abrams, our chief legal analyst here for ABC News. Dan, 4 days of deliberations.
All right, members of the jury,
you know what? Bear with me, Dan. Stand by.
Would you give your juror number, please?
54.
54. And has the jury reached a verdict as to each count of the information?
Yes, we have, Your Honor.
One verdict and one verdict only?
Yes.
Would you hand all of the paperwork to the bailiff, please?
This is the ones that we didn't know.
Everything?
Okay.
Yeah, thanks. May I see that too, please, Mrs.?
And you're listening to Judge Bruce Schroeder right there, getting the instructions from the jury, saying that they have in fact reached a verdict. And as Judge Schroeder gets organized here, we can review some of the charges here. Once again, facing 5 different charges, from first-degree reckless homicide, first-degree recklessly endangering safety, first-degree recklessly endangering safety.
The defendant will rise, face the jury, and hearken to
You can
its
see the
verdicts.
charges there up on the screen. The most serious first-degree intentional homicide, and the judge did allow some lesser charges to be considered by the jury.
Information, Joseph Rosenbaum. We, the jury, find the defendant Kyle H. Rittenhouse not guilty. As to the second count of the information, Richard McGinnis, we, the jury, find the defendant Kyle H. Rittenhouse not guilty. As to the third count of the information, unknown male, we, the jury, find the defendant Kyle H. Rittenhouse not guilty. As to the fourth count of the information, Anthony Huber, we, the jury, find the defendant Kyle H. Rittenhouse not guilty. As to the fifth count of the information, Gage Grosskreutz, we, the jury, find the defendant Kyle H. Rittenhouse not guilty.
Members of the jury, are these your unanimous verdicts? Is there anyone who does not agree with the verdicts as read? Would you wish the jury polled? No. Okay. Okay, folks, your job is done, and we started just about 3 weeks ago. And I told you it could last 2 weeks and 2 days. This is 2 weeks. This is 3 weeks. You were a wonderful jury to work with. You were punctual. You were attentive. And the forgotten 6 over here who had a very difficult job of keeping from discussing the case during the time that they were sequestered as well. All of you, I couldn't have asked for a better jury to work with. And it has truly been my pleasure. I think, without commenting on your verdict, the verdicts themselves, just in terms of your the attentiveness and the cooperation that you gave to us, justifies the confidence that the founders of our country placed.
What you're listening to is the end of a 3-week ordeal in the courthouse in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Kyle Rittenhouse has just been receiving the best information he could get at the end of this trial. He has been found not guilty on all 5 charges that he was facing, between first-degree reckless homicide to intentional homicide, manslaughter. He collapsed as he heard this verdict being read by the person in charge of the jury pool.
This has been a trial that has lasted 3 weeks. The jury has been deliberating these guilty or not guilty verdicts for nearly 4 days now. Today was the 4th day, and by, I guess, noon, they had a decision on all 5 counts, not guilty on all 5. So you heard Bruce Schroeder, the judge in this case, commenting and thanking the jury for their service and commenting on their attentiveness and how well they took this case into account and everything that was presented to them as far as evidence goes.
A lot of controversy in this case during the trial. The jury was not sequestered. A network news organization was prohibited from coming back into the courtroom for misbehavior. The judge saying that he could not have chosen a better jury, then asked if there was anyone who disagreed with this verdict, addressing that question to the jurors, and there was an answer of no. So after
you were talking about the controversy. The defense had come back while the jury was deliberating and asked more than once if the judge would grant a mistrial. There was a question about some of the evidence that was presented after the jury had gotten the case and gone to the deliberation room. So you mentioned controversy. There was a lot of controversy, and you can see Kyle Rittenhouse right now. It looks like he's leaving the courtroom.
Yeah, he just collapsed at the defense table, overcome with emotion and tears. You could see him just almost hyperventilating with relief. The judge in this case did not rule on those defense motions, saying he wanted the jury, the state jury, to make a decision first, and then he could rule on that. And obviously, with this decision of unanimously not guilty, he will not have to make a decision on those mistrial motions.
Originally, there were actually 6 counts that they were supposed to be deliberating, but in the middle of the trial, the judge threw out one of those counts. So there's only 5 counts, and he's been found not guilty on all 5.
I'm sure there's much more to come on this. Many questions have been answered, but there are still many out there. You can look for more on ABC News and on KSAT.com on our website. And of course, we'll have a complete wrap up tonight on KSAT 12 News at 5 and World News Tonight.
A lot of reaction. A lot of folks have been on the streets of Kenosha waiting for this verdict to come out. So it'll be interesting to see the reaction and what the mood is out on the streets of that city of Kenosha.
That's the next shoe to drop. The police chief there this morning in an interview said he felt very comfortable. They've been talking with the various groups that were out there protesting outside of the courtroom. Another reason for controversy, because apparently the jurors could hear the protesters inside the courtroom, which kind of falls in the category of juror intimidation. So now that part of the trial is over. What happens in the streets of Kenosha is the next story.
And we will, of course, keep you abreast on what happens. But for now, we're going to take a break, and then we'll be right back with Katie Blake on what to expect this weekend, weather-wise. Coming up.
Welcome back. Well, Tiffany's visit to that beautiful light display at the Botanical Garden, got me thinking about Christmas decorations. I know Thanksgiving is next week, but you may have some free time this weekend and you may want to do a little bit of outdoor decorating. I do think you're going to like Saturday's weather a bit better for that than Sunday. We've got our next front coming through on Sunday. So here's a look at your day tomorrow. We will have more clouds around. It'll be a bit warmer than it was today. Slightly higher humidity as well, a bit breezy at times, southwest winds 10 to 15. But with our next front arriving Sunday, humidity will be a lot higher. We'll have more clouds around. So I think it'll be just a bit more pleasant to be outdoors tomorrow as compared to Sunday. And that is a big part of our 3 main weather headlines. So today, absolutely beautiful out there. We are in store for a great Friday. We've got another front coming through this weekend on Sunday to cool us down again by early next week. And then looking ahead to Turkey Day on Thursday. Chances of rain are working into the forecast for the Thanksgiving holiday, and we'll talk all about that. Bright sunshine outside right now, 61 degrees. Dew point is in the upper 20s. It's nice and dry, and unlike yesterday, our winds are very light, just about 5 to 10 miles per hour. And the rest of your Friday is going to be really nice. Winds will stay light for the rest of the day, becoming easterly. Temperatures for a lot of us will top out in the upper 60s, near 70. Humidity stays low for the rest of the day. Now, with lighter winds and very dry air in place, our temperatures will start to fall off pretty quickly this evening after the sun goes down. So any Friday evening or Friday night plans you may have, you'll want to have a jacket or a sweater handy. Currently 62 in Gonzales, 67 Del Rio, 63 in New Braunfels. Nice and comfortable, nice and dry as well. Our dew points for the most part are still in the 30s. That is feeling very dry, and we do love that. That's that nice fall feel. So winds are beginning to shift around to the east eventually by tonight and early tomorrow. They'll be more out of the southeast, and that's what will pull the humidity back in. So as we get into the weekend, we'll start to see our dew point numbers increase once again. Even by Saturday, they'll start to climb through the 50s. By Sunday, especially early in the day Sunday, they'll be in the low 60s. That's where we do start to feel a bit more muggy, but lots of swings here with our dew points. Look at this. By early next week, they're back down into the 30s where they are today behind another front that will swing through on Sunday. So let's talk about this front. As we get to Sunday morning, it will be cloudy, quite muggy with some patchy fog around as well. Temperatures in the low 60s. So we started today, some of us in the low 40s across parts of the hill country. We'll be in the low to mid 60s early on Sunday morning thanks to that return of more muggy air. Then our next front comes through during the afternoon and early evening. This will carry just a 20% chance of a few hit or miss showers. Then behind this front Sunday evening, Sunday night, you'll notice the rain shifting well to our south. A breezy north wind will kick in, and by Monday afternoon, our highs are back in the upper 60s. So that front will cool us down a bit through early next week. After that, as we get into the early part of Thanksgiving week, things will stay pretty quiet Monday into Tuesday and for most of Wednesday. But our overall weather pattern will take a nice change middle part of next week. through the back half of the week. This cutoff low, an area of rain-making energy that gets removed from the rest of the jet stream, will be moving in from the west late Wednesday into Thursday. This rain-making energy will provide some lift and some moisture for rain chances to kick in on Thursday. Now, the big question is, does it clear out by Friday, or do we keep lingering rain chances in the forecast Friday, even through the start of next weekend? Still a few questions to answer, including how much rain we could be looking at and when exactly on Thanksgiving rain chances will be highest. We still need a few more days to answer those questions for you, but we'll be keeping a very close eye on your Turkey Day forecast over the next few days. Guys.
Almost looks like that turkey's trying to shake the rain off his back.
He does.
Yeah.
Got a light jacket with you?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
That's the advice.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Check and make sure.
Yeah, if not, I don't have time to run home and get one. But
You can borrow mine.
okay, thank you.
Can't blame Katie Blake. She's warned you.
She has warned me for sure. Everybody, we have been warned. Have a light jacket or a sweater tonight once the sun sets.
You're on
But I
it.
like it. It's football weather. I mean, I welcome the cooler weather when it comes to football. You know what? Spurs fans certainly not welcoming last night's outcome at the Timberwolves, but Devin Vassell had himself a ball game. Plus, UTSA is about to face a very tough defense coming up. Center Jakob Poeltl returned for the Spurs last night after missing 2 weeks due to health and safety protocols, but he wasn't a factor, scoring 2 points in 15 minutes. Minnesota dominated this game, leading wire to wire in their 115-90 win against the Silver and Black. San Antonio made just 6 of 32 three-point attempts for 18.8%. Devin Vassell led the Spurs in scoring with 18 points off the bench. And Karl Anthony Towns, well, he scored a game-high 25 points as the Timberwolves led by as many as 25 to hand their Spurs their 4th straight loss.
For the team, I think they competed. We had probably a couple minutes when we competed, but other than that, we didn't compete. We were physical. They're physical, pushing guys around, getting fouls. I mean, this ain't, you don't want to come out and hurt guys, but and play with they're just physical and compete. And on our end, we didn't either. And that's really how it was.
Spurs will start a 4-game homestand Monday night. First up, the Phoenix Suns. UTSA football is nationally ranked for the 5th straight week, appearing at number 15 in the AP poll, number 18 in the coaches poll. Yesterday, senior quarterback Frank Harris and junior running back Sincere McCormick were named semifinalists for the Earl Campbell Tyler Rose Award, given out to the top offensive player in college football with ties to Texas. Those two and the rest of the offense will need to be at their best when facing UAB in the battle for the West.
They're big, they're fast, they're physical, they're more multiple than usual. They're top 25 in every category statistically in the NCAA, and just got good players that they know what they do, and they're well coached and a lot of respect. Very physical. It'll be the best defense we played against this season.
Twitter user at UTSA runner-up asked Frank Harris if he plans to stay next year, and Harris replied, "Yes, sir. I'll be back next season." UTSA will host UAB tomorrow, 2:30 p.m. at the Alamo Dome. And the Trinity Tiger football team will face the University of Mary Hardin Baylor in the first round of the NCAA playoffs tomorrow in Belton. The game will kick off at 12 noon and will feature the second-ranked UMHB team against Trinity, which was ranked 15th and 16th in last week's Division III polls from the American Football Coaches Association and D3Football.com.
I want to hear a Trailer pregame speech. That's what I want to hear one.
Probably pretty good.
I bet just the way he talks like on camera. You think it's the same?
I would think so, yeah.
Or do you think he gets a little louder?
No, he turns up the volume.
He might, but it probably just depends on what's going on. I don't think he needs to yell at the guys, but...
You need to go in there and get one of those one day.
I'll try to get permission.
That'd be great. Thanks, Larry.
We'll be right back. The average number of new daily COVID-19 cases rising once again in the U.S.
And a new study shows a common medicine may reduce the risk of death in someone infected with the coronavirus.
CNN's Mandy Gaither has more.
A 24% jump in the average number of new daily COVID-19 cases over the past week in the U.S.
We are not going to be going through this indefinitely. How quickly we get to the end depends on us. How well we vaccinate, how well we get boosted, and how well we do the kinds of things to protect ourselves.
The number of COVID-19 deaths is also inching upward. U.S. health officials say vaccines are the best protection against severe outcomes from the virus. And a new study published in JAMA Network Open finds evidence that people infected with COVID-19 who were already taking certain antidepressants were less likely to die.
These drugs probably have some off-target effect that might have an effect on impact on treating COVID-19.
Marina Sirota is one of the study's authors. She says patients taking medication widely sold under the brand name Prozac were 28% less likely to die from COVID-19. Those taking that medication or a related drug known as fluvoxamine or Luvox were 26% less likely to die.
The idea is that there's probably some link between inflammatory and the immune system and serotonin. And maybe these drugs that's why these drugs might be having an effect.
Sirota says it's unclear what causes this possible reduction in death. She says more research is needed to determine that. For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Now, this is not the first study to suggest that these antidepressants may help prevent people from getting sicker from COVID-19. One study done in Paris also saw a connection between the medicine widely sold as Prozac and reduced risk of death. Other small studies saw similar results.
Amid another wave of COVID-19 infections, Austria is putting a full lockdown back into place. The European country seeing soaring infection rates. The lockdown will start on Monday. It will last for at least 10 days. During a news conference, Austrian officials said it could be expanded for another 10 days. The country's government also announcing mandatory coronavirus vaccinations for everyone starting February 1st of 2022.
Now to Capitol Hill. After months of intense debate, House Democrats passed President Biden's Build Back Better plan this morning. The legislation addresses a number of topics like universal pre-K, child and elder care, and reducing the cost of prescription drugs. The bill made it out of the House with no Republican votes, but the Build Back Better bill still faces major hurdles. First, in the Senate, where some moderate Democrats oppose provisions like paid family leave, one of those moderates, Senator Joe Manchin, even suggested his colleagues should wait on the package until next year as inflation hit a 30-year high. Majority Leader Chuck Schumer hopes to vote on the bill before Christmas.
Looking outside with live cam. Happy Friday to everyone. Not a cloud in the sky and 63 degrees. It's just perfect.
Oh, such a great day. And while maybe some folks wish this would continue all the way through the weekend, we will see yet another set of weather changes beginning tomorrow. Mainly increased humidity, a little bit warmer, but the big surge of humidity is what you will really feel, especially by Sunday. I was talking to some friends, and they're actually doing an early Thanksgiving this weekend with some family in a different part of the state. So if you have some traveling to do this weekend, here's a quick look at what you can expect across the Lone Star State. As we get into this evening and tomorrow, overall pretty quiet weather across Texas. Everyone will be treated to a pretty chilly start early Saturday morning. Into Saturday afternoon, still pretty quiet, high temperatures. Also in the mid-70s in the Metroplex up in Dallas, some low 70s in the Panhandle. But we'll start to see some changes across Texas by Sunday. Yes, we've got another front coming through. That'll drop morning temperatures, or keep morning temperatures, I should say, in the 40s across parts of the Panhandle and West Texas. This front will be getting to our area second part of the day on Sunday, really without a whole lot of fuss. We will carry an isolated chance of rain as we get into Sunday afternoon, and then things will be turning breezy by Sunday evening, Sunday night. Overall, this just sets us up for a cooler day once again on Monday. While this front won't offer a really good chance of rain, we do have better chances of rain on the horizon. It does look like, though, that is going to coincide with the Thanksgiving holiday. We'll take another look at that forecast, and I'll get you another look at your full planning forecast coming up in just a bit. Guys.
Thank you, Katie. The weekend of high school football playoffs got off to a fun start last night. Larry Mears with BGC highlights, playoff style, coming up.
The TSA says it expects Thanksgiving travel numbers to be at 2019 pre-pandemic levels. It anticipates more than 2 million passengers Tuesday and Wednesday. And you might want to hit the road before lunchtime on Wednesday. The worst time to drive is going to be next Wednesday from about noon to 8 p.m. That means if you're watching this show next Wednesday, go ahead and finish watching the show, but mentally prepare yourself for more cars on the road. AAA expecting 48.3 million people will be driving on the road this holiday.
If you are going to be hitting the road before then, you might notice the TxDOT signs have been updated. They usually share traffic information, but sometimes they'll have a fun phrase or two that also reminds you to drive safe. This time, the UTSA Roadrunners are getting a shout out from TxDOT. You're going to see signs that read things like birds up, phones down, go Roadrunners, and be safe, drive smart, meep, meep. The signs come up after UTSA fans on Twitter asked that the TxDOT sign show some love to the Roadrunners. The agency took notice. The sign started popping up yesterday.
Meep, meep. It's a good season for those guys, so we need to show our support.
What was it again, David?
Meep, meep, meep.
Perfect. Perfect. Love it. I love those signs. Yes. Good luck, UTSA. It's beautiful outside. That's not going to change for the rest of the day, but I will have a look at your Friday night football forecast if you have a game to attend this evening. The aquifer today is down just 0.2 of a foot, and we've added a few more allergens to the pollen count. Mold is still moderate today. Juniper is low with a count of 30, and then we've got ragweed and grass in the mix today as well. They are both low with counts of 20. We'll be right back.
Take a look at this. Our own Sarah Costa dove into the world of monarch butterflies after she saw one of the butterflies laying eggs in her garden.
Armed with advice from the experts at the Texas Butterfly Festival, she built a sort of habitat in her yard for the soon-to-be butterflies. And she's not the only one who feels compelled to protect and raise monarchs. Isabel Anaya is a 5th grade teacher at NISD's Kuntz Elementary. For 12 years, she's been protecting and raising monarchs in the school's pollinator garden that she started with her after-school program, Eco Friends.
But it's not just the butterflies that benefit.
When I'm in the garden, because it makes me feel so calm and relaxing, and it gives us a break from our devices.
Yeah, those things that kids stare at all day. Anaya says she hopes one day the students will cultivate their own pollinator gardens. And if you run into some hungry monarch caterpillars in your garden and you want to help them out, apparently they really like to eat butternut squash. You can watch Sarah's full story tomorrow on Good Morning San Antonio. She's going to share some of the tips she picked up along this journey. I just have to tell this story. Years ago, I was riding along the Salado Creek on a horse, and a cloud of monarchs surrounded me and just swirled around me for about a half hour. It was, whew.
Were you carrying some squash or something?
I was not carrying any squash. They just, for whatever reason, there was just a mile of them, and it was just one of those experiences I'll never forget.
They just wanted to hang out with you and your horse.
That's right.
So let's go for a ride.
Those monarchs are so cool. And hey, people will be picking up squash for Thanksgiving dinner, so set some
now
up
you
for
know
the
where to put the
monarchs.
leftovers.
Yeah. If you're not following Sarah Costa on social media, she posts about her beautiful garden and the monarchs a lot. So give her a follow. Really great stuff there. This morning, our low temperatures a few degrees higher than what they could have been because we had some clouds hang around overnight, especially west of San Antonio, where you see this green color there. That's where we had a bit more cloud cover. So it was a touch warmer out in Del Rio, even in Hondo 52. Meanwhile, our low here in San Antonio was in the upper 40s. Temperatures have already started to rebound really nicely. It's not going to get too warm today. It will be very comfortable, but we will see highs in the upper 60s and low 70s across the board. Some low 70s down to the south and west of San Antonio. We're going right around 67 here in Bexar County. East winds 5 to 10 miles per hour this afternoon, and mostly sunny skies. It's pretty perfect out there, and this all bodes really well for our high school football games tonight. So if you will be heading out, you'll want a sweater or light jacket. It won't be too terribly cold after the sun goes down, but our temperatures will quickly fall through the 50s. But winds will be light, easterly, by about 6 p.m. And then as we get a little bit later into the night, they'll become southeasterly, but still light, just around 5 miles per hour. That change in wind direction down to the southeast tonight, that's what will gradually start to bring the humidity back. You may notice it a bit more during the day on Saturday, but overall tomorrow will be a fairly comfortable day thanks to a breeze out of the southwest at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Now late Saturday night into early Sunday morning, that humidity will just be pouring back in, and that could even lead to some fog early on Sunday, so do keep that in mind. But by the afternoon, our next front moves through. This will move through without a whole lot of fuss. It will bring a chance of some isolated rain and then cool us down again with a nice breeze by Monday. So that's our next front, and it just sets us up for a pleasant start to the week next week. So that front will continue to move on away. Overall, our big weather pattern will start to change in a pretty big way by the middle of next week. So quiet through Monday and Tuesday. But even by Tuesday, we'll be able to see our next rainmaker or our next storm system over on the west coast. And what will happen here is that this area of low pressure rainmaking energy will become cut off from the rest of the jet stream. We say that because there's the rest of the jet stream, the polar jet stream up near Canada. This piece of rainmaking energy will literally be removed, and that's going to allow it to move pretty slowly our direction from the west beginning middle and back half of next week. So this low will act as some rain-making energy. It'll bring in some lift, and that's what will spark chances of rain. And it looks like rain chances will kick in Wednesday night. They'll continue through Thursday, but we've still got kind of a split when it comes to beyond Thursday. Some of our forecast models suggest that rain could pretty quickly come to an end Friday. Other models suggest that we could hang on to rain through the day Friday with it ending next weekend. So what we're looking at really is likely some periods of rain beginning Wednesday night, continuing through Thanksgiving. But again, we'll be tweaking this forecast over the next few days as things become a bit clearer. Early rainfall estimates for you. You'll notice a couple of bullseyes off to the northeast, but some parts of our area could be looking at a ½ inch to an inch of rain. It does look like the higher totals will be north and east of San Antonio, lower totals down to the south and west. Again, this is over the next 7 days, with looks like much of this coming late next week into the start of next weekend. So we know Turkey Day forecast is important. We'll be keeping a very close eye on it for you over the next few days. In the meantime, beautiful this Friday, guys.
Thank you, Katie.
Looks
The big game coverage road trip tonight will kick off at Rattler Stadium in San Marcos with New Braunfels facing Austin Westlake in a Class 6A Division II second round contest. The Unicorns are number 6 in 12's top 12, while the Chaps are number 1 in the state. No matter the outcome of this playoff game, this is the last playoff run for the Unicorn seniors.
I love this team to death, and I'd lay my life down for any of them, and I think they'd do the same for me. And it's the best brotherhood, and I know I'll have them by my side for the rest of my life.
It's our last year, and I've played football with these guys for years now, so we're just gonna leave it out on the field and give it our best like we do every game.
Kick is tonight at 7 at San Marcos High School. Beeville Jones and Pleasanton met up for the second round of the high school football playoffs last night, a 4A Division I game. The Eagles recovered a fumble early on, and that would turn into points for the Eagles. Joel Arevalo would bust through the line, and he gets taken down inside the 10-yard line. The play after that, it's Arevalo again with a touchdown. Pleasanton advances 21-20. Arevalo had 127 yards on 18 carries. It is game day for the Canyon volleyball team. The Cougarettes will play Grapevine in the Class 5A state semifinals at the Curtis Caldwell Center, a place the squad has never played. So how do they prepare for playing their biggest match of the season in an unfamiliar gym?
Just knowing that you're going to be maybe uncomfortable, and we've been in situations where, like tournaments, like you don't know where you're going to get, you don't know where you're going to play, so just trying to remember back to those and just like stick to your mechanics as well.
I feel like we focus on our huddle, our court, and focus on not just them. Like, of course, focus on them, but not focus on them most of the time. Focus on us and focus on our side.
Today's Class 5A state semifinal against Grapevine is coming up at 1 p.m. In Class 6A, the Brandeis Broncos will play Bridgeland in the state semifinals tonight. The Broncos are riding a 23-match winning streak. Of the 17 players on the roster, 10 are seniors, and they want to lead Brandeis to a state championship.
as a big group of seniors, we're all super close to each other as well as the underclassmen. So just having this opportunity to go out our senior year at state is just amazing.
Brandeis and Bridgeland will play today at 5 p.m. at the Curtis Covell Center in Garland. And in TAPS volleyball, Church John Paul II will play Montego Christian of Arlington tonight at 7 at West High School for the TAPS 4A volleyball state championship.
Yeah. All right, Larry, thank you.
We'll be right back. Oh, we're actually going to go to SA Live.
Don't forget about us.
We're here with all your leftover needs. Yes, if you have those leftovers, don't know what to do with them, we got you covered.
Arturo Trevino from Domingo Restaurant is here. So it's not your ordinary leftovers, right? What you making?
We're making a black fried burrito.
Okay, with a nice little twist too,
yes,
right?
That you shouldn't know right now.
You're putting that San Antonio twist on the burrito. And our David Elder is joining us today. He's live at Toyota of Boerne for a big event honoring the military. Hi, David.
Hey guys, how's it going? Yes, I'm out here at Vic Vaughn Toyota of Boerne. Right behind me, you see the stage. It is the 11th annual Turkeys for Troops, and we're going to talk more about how they're giving back to the veteran community.
Okay, you know, when it comes to leftovers, you can't forget about those leftover desserts. If there are any leftover, wait till you see what we are making out of this. And
So excited.
we have a question for you.
Yes.
What do you make out of all your Thanksgiving leftovers?
Give me some ideas, please. I want to know. I just do the sandwich. I want to know more, but we'd love to hear from you guys.
Yeah.
That looks so good.
Can I eat this yet?
Not yet.
Darn. That and more coming up on SA Live.